Hello everybody, it's Linda and I'd like to share another project with you. This is a ginormous tag. It's about 12 inches tall and 7 inches across. And I made this doing a challenge with my friend Anna, Scenero1 here on YouTube. We agreed doing like challenging each other to make a tag, choosing some items that was like must use items. And Anna, she chose a transparency or like a see-through plastic thing, and a light or a light bulb, embossing powder, embossing folder with cogs, a clock and chain. And then we were supposed to choose one household item to use in our project, and she chose soda can. So I chose to use paper scraps, micro beads, something that we had bought but never used. You know how it is, or at least some of you do. Sometimes I just buy some things to use in my projects, and I never get around to using them. So this was like the perfect opportunity. Uh, and then I chose mica flakes and a chain punch, uh, because I knew Anna has the same EK Success chain punch as I do. And so I wanted us to use that one. And my household item was toilet paper. So, yeah. And this is how my tag turned out. I know Anna is also publishing her tag. She actually made a tag lamp. Can you believe it? She's so incredibly creative, that woman. So I'll put a link to her her YouTube video on her tag lamp below this video in the description box, so you can just head over to her channel and see what she made, because it's just freaking awesome. So yeah, I started using a regular manila tag, and I'll just flip this around so you can sort of see the tag shape going here. This is the back side of my tag. And because I challenged us to use scraps of paper, I used some scraps that I had actually made backgrounds, background papers using acrylic paints and different scraping tools and rollers and brayers and, stuff like that to create. And so I just cut it to fit my tag and to fit the arm behind here so as to finish it off on the back side. And I did the same thing. I covered up the front side also with that. So, and then it was the sort of toilet paper thing that we had to use. And wow, quite frankly, I was thinking, oh my God, how am I going to use toilet paper? But what I did, I just used some of the Tim Holtz um, like punch, what do you call them, dies. And he's got a pocket watch die. It's quite big. So I just cut this shape out using that die uh, in chipboard so as to make it sturdy. And then I used liquid glue like acrylic medium, or you can use Mod Podge or anything like that. And I just crumpled the paper and put a lot of glue on it and made it really wet and just covered up the whole like pocket watch frame with that. And then I painted the whole thing black, and I went over it with some rub and buff in different colors, gold and browns. And we were also supposed to, yeah, and I used the background paper for the background for this pocket watch, as you can see, and I painted it black on the back. We were supposed to use mica flakes and micro beads, and that's how I used them up here. The wonderful lady here was cut from Graphic 45 papers. This is the old steampunk collection. I really love her. And I put some like brass and some metal embellishments up here. I cut out some light bulbs for a hat for her, and I put some gears in and a feather. And there's some dust in her feather. Okay. And this is actually a Prima stamp that I just embossed, heat embossed. I glued these flatback pearls around here, I used one of Tim Holtz light bulbs, and this was one of the things that Anna chose that we had to use because I didn't have a light fixture, so I had to use like a light bulb. And this is, of course, the thing that opens the soda can, so I used that because I was also supposed to use that. Here is the chain that I chose to use. That's from the chain punch. I just doubled it up and put some Claudine Helmut Multimatte on it to strengthen it. And in the background here, there is a lot of texture, which you probably can't see. But I made this just using modeling paste and just tapping my spatula onto it to make it textured. And let's see, what else did I do? The inside cutout from this pocket watch I used as a base to create this gear here, and I used the embossing folder that Anna chose for us to use, and I embossed some black cardstock and went over it with rub and buff. I think I used copper and silver, and then I cut these strips here and I made them double. So as you can see, there is also paper on the back here, and I just glued that to, as you can see, just like a little over a quarter of an inch in on the chipboard piece, the circle. And then I finished it off with an embossed clock. This, I think, is a Tim Holtz stamp that I embossed, and using gold embossing powder, flatback pearls. And here is another thing that Anna wanted us to use. She wanted us to use a clock and chain. So here's the chain, and down here it dangles. It's a little bit difficult to see because I can't show you. If I'm going to pick up the camera, you'll just get dizzy, but maybe it's easier to see on the pictures. And these are just gears from Tim Holtz dies. And here's my transparency. I just stamped a compass, I think it's called, on it. And this is paper from, or this is actually scraps from the Prima Printery, I think it's called. And some more mica flakes and micro beads, the texture paste, another lady from the steampunk paper from Graphic 45, yet another light bulb, and these here that you see here, let's see, is like the small pocket watch die from Tim Holtz, and so is this. You can see it on the back here. And this is also from that same die, and I made it so that this steampunkish clock with a bee as hanging from it. And this is just a print out from some steampunk images that I got online. And another light bulb here, another little lady that I cut out and glued inside, and I used the same background paper as for the tag inside here and here as well. And yeah, I think that is everything. I, of course, painted over this with some Claudine Helmut Multimatte to strengthen it, and I backed it, as I said, with this background paper that I used. It's heavyweight watercolor paper, so it's quite sturdy. And I just inked it a little to match the colors of my tag. So that is my project, and it was like tons of fun. It was a true challenge to try and use everything that we chose just for one project, but of course it helped that we could also use whatever else we wanted. So I had such a blast creating this, and we have also made another tag in yet another challenge, and I'll show you that one some other time. So yeah, if you're like stuck for ideas, or your mojo isn't flowing like you wanted to or like it used to, then call a friend, make a deal, choose some items, say, okay, you got to use this, you have to, maybe choose a theme for your tag. We didn't do that, I think, but it just lent itself very well to steampunk with the gear, embossing folder, and all the different stuff that we chose to put in. So that's my project. I really hope you like it. And Take care, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.